I'm sure that some or most of you have sold products on Amazon that didn't do terribly well, right? You could have run a loss targeting the wrong item, or you didn't even start because selling on Amazon seems terrifying and you don't know where to begin. Well, here's some good news. There's more than one way to make money on Amazon, and today we're going to be looking at two of them from A to Z. Hi, I'm Allison. In this video, I'll cover two methods of selling on Amazon: private label and retail arbitrage. We often talk about private label products where you source an item and start branding it as your own on Amazon, building your business and expanding from there. Some sellers might find the setup extremely complicated and labor-intensive. Well, there is another way: retail arbitrage, or reselling in simpler terms. With retail arbitrage, you go around looking for items that are already being sold on Amazon at a discounted price, and you simply add your offer to an existing lineup, making money on the difference between the discounted price you got an item for and your selling price on Amazon. In this video, I put the two models side by side so you can appreciate these two very different approaches and mindsets as part of the extended Amazon seller family. In the case of retail arbitrage and private label products on Amazon, you're approaching product research in two diverging ways. Let's check them out. 1. Finding a product. In a private label model, there are several steps you need to follow to pick the right product. The product you choose to source is the foundation of your private label Amazon business, especially if it's your first item. To start, you have to find many different product ideas. Then you have to analyze those products based on factors like profit margins, expected sales volumes, and the competition within the niche. Once you find the product ideas that meet your criteria, you have to customize your product under your brand and make it your own. This is all followed by contacting suppliers, getting quotes, choosing the best option, and working on the product design and packaging. You of course have to get product photos and create your listing, optimizing it and continuing to optimize it depending on your sales and search term ranking results. With retail arbitrage, there's none of that. The process is very reactive, opportunistic, and dynamic. With retail arbitrage, you simply look for things being sold at discounted rates wherever you can and sell them on Amazon at a higher price. There are many approaches you can take to find these discounted items. A great place to start is go around your local Walmart or Target, checking the clearance items and scanning barcodes of the discounted products, seeing how much they're selling for on Amazon. You assess the difference in price and other relevant information, deciding if the item is worth reselling on Amazon. Of course, you can get inventory in many different places, even other e-commerce platforms. Just go to any site where items are heavily discounted and purchase them on the spot. You don't have to deal with any of the matters that a private label seller deals with. No suppliers, no listing optimization, and no brand building. You are merely adding offers to listings that already exist, in most cases, well-established brands and products on Amazon. It's an entirely different game compared to private label selling, where you spend a lot of time on product research, making one big move, and hoping it works out. Now, let's look at what it takes to start a business based on each of these models. 2. Starting your business. With private labels, there isn't a number written in stone that describes the amount of money it would take you to start. However, in practice, that cost usually goes to around $1,000, perhaps a bit more in terms of the initial investment you would make to get the ball rolling. This mostly portrays the cost you would have to pay for the first batch of your product to be manufactured and sent into the Amazon FBA warehouse. You also have additional costs like getting the prototype sent to you beforehand, paying for product photography, and paying for software and a designer to create your private label logo. With retail arbitrage, you can get started with as little as $2. If you buy something for $2 and it's selling on Amazon for $20, you can sell it and ship it using a free private account on Amazon to make a profit. You can technically buy a few items and see if reselling is for you. It's certainly much less of a commitment than private label selling. Most successful resellers have a professional account that costs $40 a month, and a lot of them actually send in the products they resell into the FBA system, much like a private label seller would do. They do this because the items they send in are eligible for Prime shipping and increase your chance of holding the buy box. When you don't own the listing, or you share a listing with other sellers, getting the buy box is a big deal and lets you stand out in a crowded field. Either way, retail arbitrage doesn't require much to get started. You can of course invest thousands of dollars into getting inventory, reselling right off the bat if that's what you prefer. Finally, let's get into what sort of money you can expect to make with either of these models. 3. Expected revenue. First, we should look into how much you can make per item sold. As far as private label FBA goes, it's usually a 33% profit margin. This means that 1/3 of your sales price goes into manufacturing and shipping, and 1/3 goes to Amazon for referral, storage, and fulfillment fees. The last 1/3 is what you usually keep in profits. This isn't true in all cases, but the margins remain at that level because people usually start selling similar types of products when they begin their Amazon journey. Those products are usually in the $20 to $40 price range. You can increase your margins with more expensive products depending on many factors, including the order volume or the size and the weight of a single product unit. With retail arbitrage, the margins are not entirely different, mainly because a lot of resellers take advantage of the FBA system. It can also vary from case to case. After all, you might be selling dozens, if not hundreds of different items at the exact same time. Besides, you might have to manipulate the price you have on some items to get the buy box or respond to your competitors' price changes. With retail arbitrage, you decide your margin with every product and then sell it. So if you have a margin you are aiming for, you are welcome to use that in calculating whether or not you wish to resell an item you come across. There is no clear answer for the amount of money either business model can generate. Many people have made a lot of money using either private label items or retail arbitrage. However, reaching a certain level of success means different things for these two models. If you grow a private label product from 50 sales a month to 5,000 sales, you don't really have to do all that much to manage the growth. If you go from selling 200 items a month and you go up to 7,000 or 8,000 as a reseller, a lot changes. As a reseller, you need to physically pick up items, put them in a cart, and take them to the register. You also need to be at locations checking for items that are available and decide if those items are worth reselling. These things take time, and the supplies need to be transported and shipped, especially if you're not relying on FBA. At some point, a reseller might want to start hiring people, getting vehicles, and expanding their reach to check more stores and find more and more sources for items. This is where we can see another major difference between these two approaches. Retail arbitrage is easier to start and make money faster. However, in the long run, a private label business is extremely easier to scale up and maintain while having very high sales volumes. The good news is that there's nothing stopping you from trying both of these models at the same time. If you're already a private label seller, you can simply pick up a few discounted items from your local retail outlet and try adding them to your Amazon store. And if you've been doing retail arbitrage, you probably have a really good idea of what's selling and what's in demand on Amazon. You should have a pretty easy time coming up with a product idea for a private label item. There are plenty of ways to make money on Amazon, and there's no reason you shouldn't try to expand your profit-making avenues. Let me know in the comments what seems to be the most challenging about both methods. And before you go, I have a question for you guys. What video do you want to watch next? Hacks to sell holiday products or best-selling Amazon niches in 2020? Let the battle begin. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay tuned. Till next time, and happy selling!